again, we're using our soldiers to zone him off of the wave, right? It's like common theme against melee matchups. Yon is quite unique at that he actually can outpush you level 1 if he commits to losing a lot of HP for that. But it's a lot of HP. Yes. Okay, and there is thing that he does here. Maybe let's get full screen. And so we saw that even in Caps versus Vladimir VOD, but placing soldier like this in this very spot, maybe let me get some color that is a little bit more visible here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very obnoxious for most champions in the game to play against because they just have to hack here if that happens. And that's just uncomfortable because, melees usually another color. Melees will stand like this usually, and casters will stand like this. So if you have soldier in this position, it's just obnoxious for your opponent to farm. And we keep pressing the on. Spacing his W, that's the important part.
Yeah, you can really get punished if you don't respect his E while he has his Q stacked up.
Yes, that's the important part. I mean, you have to be very ready to dodge it, but
Yes.
also the very important ability to look at. Even like, so there are two important abilities in Ion's kit that you have to think about. I mean, E, of course, is kind of champion's identity, but that's just, champion basic. You don't have to think about his E. He either has it or not. But the abilities that you have to be afraid of to not get hit by are Q3. That's one thing.
Yeah.
And other thing is his W. His W is very, very overpowered if you get hit by it, because it deals percentage max HP damage. And also, if he hits a champion with his W, it gives him additional shield.
Yeah. In this what he does here, where he puts up, if Yona is not this low, it's actually quite dangerous to get run down this far. He almost had a freeze. I like to push the first few waves, but level 3 to 5, I like to try keep the wave close to my tower so he cannot run me down.
Yeah.
After the movement speed nerfs on Azir, I think it's more important. It's harder to dodge his EQ.
I mean, if you have mental stack very primed to dodge his Q3, then it's difficult for him to hit you with it. Then, I mean, of course, it's still you have to do something to dodge it, but there are things to do about it. So I think little interaction here that this Azir did, which is good to
Yeah,
look at.
but he's one level above, right? If they were same level, he would have lost a lot more health.
Not really. But important, there is one little interaction that he does here, and maybe let's slow down for it, because this interaction actually is what solved a Yon matchup for me as a Azir player, besides playing Yon. If you two would stop acting out, please. So what we are looking for. Okay.
Like he does respect his Q3 here.
Yes, he has to be very mindful of it, but you can't always be perfect around dodging it, of course. But there are things that you can do still in a trade with Yon. Okay, so here we get engaged on, and YouTube is again acting out on me. Fantastic. I am sorry, guys. I don't know why my internet is acting like shit today.
It's okay.
Okay, we get engaged on, we get hit, right? And now see what this guy does. He will place soldier in here, right? Behind Yon. So here is Yon, here's him, here's soldier, and he will E into that soldier. So what that will do, it will create another soldier for us. It will deal damage and will give us shield. I mean,
Mm.
the problematic interaction with Yon is that when he goes into you with his E, your natural instinct is to run away, right? And now you can commit to running away. Like if we imagine for a second that Yon was like here, excuse me, here, right? Then we can just dash away like that with our E
Yeah.
to completely kill a trade. But if we start walking back, he will always catch us up because in his E he has an empowered movement speed.
Yes.
So what beneficial to do is just stand our ground and try to dodge as many Qs as we can. And to standing our ground, a very good ability is RE. RE is very overpowered at standing our ground.
Yeah.
Also, like it might seem counterintuitive, like that we are shoving waves that aggressively into this Yon. But like one thing that accomplishes for us is that he is busy fighting minions instead of us. Uh, I mean, so when he has, for example, no wave and stacked Q3, and good Yons will know to, don't finish wave without stacking Q, um, then it's obnoxious for us because we still have minions that we want to farm. He doesn't have minions that he wants to farm, and he can just, YOLO on to us and punish us for that. But if we push in, then he is busy farming and we are, busy dodging, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm normally happy trading his E for my E. They almost share same cooldown, right? If we can just dodge his engage and keep on poking.
Yeah, only problem with that is that our E costs fuck ton of mana, and
Yeah.
his E costs nothing. So
Yeah, I'd go double rune, mana rune against Jonah. I don't think bone plating is that good. He can sometimes easily prog it with the W
I
if
go
you
bond
trade hard.
plating against Yon
No.
to even more lean into the idea of YOLOing trades with RE. But mana runes are fine too. But
Yeah, yeah. I've just lost some games trying to stand my ground. After I saw some WODs also where they did it, and I tried it some games, and some games it works, and some games I just not do not have the same damage as him trying to stand my ground.
Do you have VODs of their games?
Oh no, it's a pretty long time ago.
Oh, okay.
But
Because
I have had success lately versus Yon in lane, respecting his E a lot.
I mean, what
I
would
was
be
still
cool to
poking
do?
him like all the time, but every time he tries to engage, I anticipate it and E backwards.
Yeah, that works too. But yeah, I mean, what would could be cool for us to do in like this Azure classroom setting, because when we are looking at challenger votes, people will do significantly less mistakes than you can expect in your games to happen. And it would be cool to contrast what we see here with your guys' votes. So if any of you has, I don't know, vote of any specific matchup that we are looking at, it would be very cool to look at it.
Yeah,
I
I have not faced Yon in a very long time.
Fair enough.
I faced a Yasuo, but not a Yon, and Yasuo's a
Yeah, that's
little bit
completely
different.
different matchup.
Yeah, a little bit different than this. Because in this one, he started getting the push and poking Yone immediately, whereas
Yeah, I don't
versus
think you
Yas,
wanna
don't you
do
give
that.
the push
Yeah,
usually?
Yeah, Yasuo, sadly, you cannot interact like this because he exists.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, you need to space good against Yasuo, not go too close to the minions.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you have to just be very respectful and accept that in the Yasuo matchup specifically, you will have to sacrifice a bit. I mean, it's fine in Yasuo matchup specifically to go down like 15-20 CS at 10 minutes, because at the end of the day, you just scale so much better than him that surviving lane is enough to be happy.
Yeah, yeah. In my elo, all Yasuos will int at level 6, going too close to the tower, getting ulted, and the pushing power and prio they get in the lane, they cannot use it for any skirmishes or roams. So it's
Yeah.
just wait for them to do the mistake. They will get close to the tower at some point. They can not, they can't handle themselves.
The nice thing is that doesn't really go away in Diamond 4, Emerald 1 at least. Yasuo's still
No,
low.
yeah, they are so aggressive, right? So
That doesn't ever change.
I only think at some point they will try to stop your ult with the wind wall, and that
Yeah.
can be
Just gives
tricky,
you
right? But
a little mini game to play around, basically. The
yeah,
mind games.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for a VOD, this leaving this behind to compare your like expectations with reality of how Yasuo acts in different elos. I just have to find the correct VOD. Because I have played quite recently against Yasuo. Just have to find a game where I did. So let's toss all those arena votes that I have recorded for some fucking reason.
If we can, I do also want to look at some mid games. Because, like
Sure,
the guide says, that's how you can tell the good Azirs from the bad Azirs.
sure. We can do that. Okay, so contrasting reality of what you talked about, it's the VOD is from like, I don't know, 1.5, 2 weeks ago, so D1 lobby. You would expect that Yasuo one trick at nearly master's level, and this guy used to be master, will not, Yasuo too much. He will not do stupid Yasuo shit. Let's do higher playback speed as well.
Yeah, but as long as you're close to the tower, they they want to fight you early.
Yeah, also cool thing about Yasuo is that if he gets a freeze on you, then just walk up and he will YOLO onto you and break the freeze, usually.
We love
Yeah,
the
so
junglers that don't know what Azir does.
yeah, I mean, our jungler just decided that he will fight, and that happens. And by the way, to your point about Yasuo being Yasuo, look at this Yasuo, beautifully
Yeah,
going under tower for no apparent reason.
yeah, he just spam E on something.
Yeah, and I remind you, this is Yasuo OTP at Diamond 1 low masters level, so
Yeah,
and then he dies again. I don't fully remember how he died here, but you know.
It's got to be a.
yeah, he tanks so many minions.
It's the blasting wand.
Yeah, also he gets hit by like everything. But yeah, I mean,
And
do
this is
not
pre-6, like.
yeah. I mean, at this point the game is over. I mean, I'm so fat comparing to this, yes. That
Yeah, and Yasuo is not hard in side lane like Yone can be at some times.
yes.
As long
And
as you don't stand, like when you run away, you don't run down the minions, like run into the jungle, and he cannot just E to you
yeah, I mean,
if you ever chase.
it's just, you know, about experiencing this matchup a little bit, a few times, and then it's fine. Okay, so mm, so that's that. And you said, Erkling, you wanted to look at mid games with Azir, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have any specific questions about that?
Um, Nothing too specific. I do know that I tend to have issues with uh, picking comps. Like, if the other team has like Twitch or Evelyn or Thresh, team comps that really prevent you from going into side lanes as much. I had
Mm,
a coaching session with Curtis where we discussed it a little bit how you go to side lane, collect wave, and then roam mid to look for fights and stuff, but I'm still struggling with that,
yeah,
I
let's
think.
see. Do I play ever against peak comps? This is a peak comp, but this is a shit game, so let's not look at this.
Khan, Zhao, Syndra.
Yeah, but this was also a shit game because if you look, this is we have Twitch top lane.
Yeah. You went PTA?
And hmm?
You went PTA this game?
Yeah, because of Syndra matchup specifically.
Hmm. I've just been
But yeah, I
playing
mean this.
lethal tempo every game.
Yeah, I mean everyone to each of their own. I just like PTA into matchups that I will fight a lot in.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, I mean this vote should be what you're looking for, right? Because peak, peak, peak. This guy also likes to pick and she will follow every time. But I couldn't play the game normally because this guy just decided that he doesn't give a fuck about set. And if I would not match this set, then he would just win the game by himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, peak comps are tricky to run against because what happens against them usually, I mean, there are some moments of that happening in this game too. Like we are winning, 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 winning. And then we have moments where we just start falling apart as a team. And we do this nasty thing of going one by one into team fights. And yeah, so hmm, I think it would be easier to look at your VOD and just try to talk through that, but I don't know if you have any VODs that are ready to look at about this specific topic.
Mm,
Mm.
I have one, but I ended up dying in lane
That's fine.
quite a few times, so I was behind from the get-go.
Okay, but so
But I can upload it and
reality
take a
of
look.
playing against peak comes, yeah, especially as a champion like Azir, yeah. Um, Azir doesn't really well exists with team peak comms. That's one thing. But the other thing is that peak comms have tendency to get ahead early. I mean, if you have a lot of champions that are good at securing kills, then they will be good at securing, killing you in the mid lane. They will be good at killing your jungler. They will be good at killing your side lanes. So it's expected that you will be behind against a pick comp. And with team fighting composition, it's your job to find a moment when you group with your team and you are just stronger because of raw team fighting power of your team. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So looking at the VOD when you are behind early, it's absolutely fine.
I don't remember this game too much, but this was one of them. It's coming back a little bit actually. It was Azir versus Kiana, and they had an Evelyn jungle.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also played. I did quite well in that game against Echo and Fairy Jungle. Uh,
I died some
So do you want
damages.
to share the VOD or will you send it in or something?
I sent it to you.
I,
You did? Oh yeah, sorry. Da, 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 da.
I had some really dumb deaths, but that's whatever.
Okay.
Oh no.
So we want to skip to like 10 minutes into the game, yeah?
Sure. That should
I
work.
mean, if you have any questions about laning, then we can look at that.
No.
But if you say you want to look at mostly mid game, then we want to look at mid game, yeah?
Yeah.
So it would be cool if you pressed tab somewhere.
I'll get around to it, probably.
Pressing tab while walking out of base is generally overpowered. But yeah, okay, let's just take into account what we find here. So we have very strong Renekton, very strong Evelyn. So this way, let's say Renekton actually double arrow and Evelyn double arrow as well. About to be equal here. Like one arrow towards this side and one arrow towards this side. Okay, so this is going to be a very difficult game,
Yeah.
but we are strong. Yeah. So we are doing fine in a sense that we have our Nashers at 10 minutes, so it's good. So yeah, let's look what we do out of here. Let's mute the VOD. We don't need sounds. Does Aston support playback speed increase? Okay, cool. Okay, that's creative, but oh, we will die, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so just looking at this dev very quickly, right? This wave already, yes, I understand that we want to crash it, but just looking at this guy, look, he's 18 seconds out, right?
Yeah.
By the time this Kiana comes back, this wave will crash in and crash back out.
Yeah. Worst is she doesn't even have TP. I think. I think she has ignite.
Yeah.
So
We we could ping our Aatrox that it would be cool if he helped us kill those minions. But at the end of the day, it's better not to die to Evelyn.
yeah.
But okay. We died.
Little greedy
Our team.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
I have.
Yeah, I do that
That's
too.
why. That's why we play Azir,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I mean, making mistakes is cool. You can learn on them. We try to build some criminal item. I hope we don't finish that item.
You mean the treads,
I mean, Leandris.
Leandries?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's absolutely shit. It's just it's so nerfed that there are items that are better for the money in nearly every situation.
yeah. Well, against Evelyn, you can almost not build enough health to survive her going in anyways. So I don't think the health from Leandris will do much.
Yeah, I think here I would even consider going Zhonya's second. Because
Yeah.
so I mean, in game like that, besides the fact that they're playing pick comp, what we want to do is limit our own devs, right? I mean, if you can go into sideline and farm like crazy and not die a billion times, then maybe there is ability for you to carry it. Ooh, nice
Yeah. Yeah.
by the boys. Nice, very good. Nice. Okay. The way we're greeting for the flower.
Listen, dude. I knew
I
greeting
mean,
would
we
be
got away
coming.
with so many things here that it blows my mind, honestly.
Yeah. I would also. I was thinking that in this game, in if I was in this game, I would also like look at the spell shield
Yeah, you could.
to prevent both Eve engage and Kiana. I don't know if it does much. They don't have that much AP, but the spell shield is.
You could see there, for example, just how much time I spent clicking back and forth in the shop, and then running bot lane to mid lane to top lane.
Yeah,
I'm
so
completely lost.
Rylai's here. I mean, it could be good, but at the end of the day, if you get to the position when you are kiting them, right? When you get to play like structured team fight and you are kiting them, they already can FF. Because their team has zero ability to play for prolonged fights against you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you go full damage with Shadow Flame, if Eve use her R, you can like just one shot her.
That's also an option, but yeah, I would go like Zonias or Banshees, as you were trying to think at the beginning.
I
Yeah,
was considering Banshees this game, but they only have like Evelyn Karma, so I
yeah.
wasn't sure. I decided
But the
on
spell shield is so good
Zonias.
also versus Renekton, right? He wanna E through the minions to flash W you, and he cannot do that if you have a spell shield up. He needs to then Q it.
Yeah, I mean, in this game specifically, I would go Zonias. So there is unfriendly interaction for you with Evelyn. That I mean, Evelyn has fun interaction with Banshees. That if she just presses her charm on you, your Banshee will disappear. You will not see Evelyn. You will not know why, but your Banshee will be gone.
Hmm.
And she can just remove your Banshee without walking up to you.
Yeah, but then she can't charm you, right?
But she doesn't need her
Yeah, but then
charm
she
to
can
kill
just
you.
do it again a few seconds later.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just know that she's nearby, but that's it. Right? She can just walk,
Wouldn't that
drive by
mean
your lane.
wouldn't that then mean that you can't see where she is, so you wouldn't know necessarily where to go?
Yeah, I mean, because what happens is your Banshee is just disappearing, right? You don't get the marker from which side she's coming
Hmm.
that you would normally get. So I would not build Banshees against Devlin. I would build just Zonias in this game.
I was gonna
Because,
say I don't know how that matchup, how that interaction works, because I built Banshees against Evelyn before, and it did some weird stuff.
Yeah, I built Sonya's against Evelyn, and if she charms me and ults me, I die before I can press it. So if you don't dodge the spike, I'm just dead.
yeah, we get nice kill on Lucian, very good. Yeah, so we have nice CS in general. And yeah, so we are fine with our team. Um, okay, this is a little bit sloppy what's happening here. Okay, why did it turn out like this? Let's look at this. Okay, so let's go back into even a few seconds earlier. Okay. Okay, I would say that this TP was slightly too greedy, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, we got kill on Lucian, but after getting this kill on Lucian, considering like our resources, right? I mean, we have 0 HP, half HP Fiddle without his R, so he's like barely a champion, and 0 billion Aatrox against full HP Renekton. Somewhere exists a Kiana, and then they have a shield bot. I would just call it off and just leave our tower,
Yeah.
recall, reset, and go back on map. Right? I mean, they will not achieve anything special. We just can ping our Aatrox to go like this, and
Yeah. I was
don't try to fight it.
being a little ballsy for no reason, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I kind of mean is that in games that you are like you find your footing a little bit, and you want to try to carry them, and this is specifically one of those games, right? Those guys are behind, but they can help you. Those guys are behind, but again, they have a lot of CC that can just support you in your game. You want to minimize your deaths. All you can do to not die is good, right?
Okay. Okay.
Because also if you look at it, like I mean, it's not only you're doing well, because I mean your CS is fine, nothing like out of ordinary, but it's fine. But also this guy's like farming, not farming for shit, so he's giving you avenue for playing the game.
Yeah. It is a issue I have of dying too much. but the way that I view it is I'm dying too much because I'm making low quality decisions.
Yeah, that's
Like, as in, my choices mid game as well as early game, where I decide to stand and stuff. Or even straight up how I was griefing before.
yeah. So I mean, some devs, as you said, are up to decision. Here, I think we could have helped our guys instead of doing the golems, but from other hand side, I mean, they're griefing a little bit, so. But yeah, here we could have jumped over and helped them. Here, not anymore, of course.
Do I not just
Yeah,
die
yeah,
if
Um,
I
but he did
if I
not have
jump
ult.
over?
Yeah.
hmm?
Do I not just die if I jump over? Like, maybe we trade one, but
You have your ult,
No,
and
no, he did not.
you didn't have your ult done?
No, no. I was like, don't go there. You don't have ult.
Yeah, okay. Then no. Mhm. Yeah, but coming back to the idea that I was talking about is that when you have game from behind, you're playing from behind, all you want to do is just farm up and don't die, right?
yeah.
If you're playing from ahead against a peak comp, then you have to group and make sure that they don't do anything stupid to your team.
Yeah,
But if you're
Aatrox just was victim of pick comp right there.
Yeah,
They
but
just
if
could
you're
not
playing
have
from
farmed.
behind, regardless if it's peak comp, if it's team fight comp, poke comp, something, just try to farm up as much as you can and believe in your ability to win late game.
So, no FFing.
Yes.
Never.
Okay.
You learn that as a seer, right?
Yeah. That always pisses me off when people pick scaling champs then spam FF.
Yeah.
I had
Nice
flash up.
attempt. It's fine. I mean, not flashing is fine. We gave kill to Karma and we got huge shutdown, so it's fine. But yeah, I mean, you have to believe as a Zia that especially if you play against peak comp, that if you get to play into like 3-4 items, that you will win the game. Like that's your job in a sense. Here I'm not really sure why we waited for so long. Like in this moment specifically, I think we just dash in. Because we see Karma using her empowered Q, right? We saw Evelyn use her R. We know that Renekton is here, so we can just go in.
Okay.
Because here we wait so long, yeah, that we don't achieve anything, and we give time for them to collapse on us. And GG. I mean, yeah, to tell you, to show you something about like being um, sure of your ability to carry late game. Let's look at state. Maybe I press tab somewhere here. Oh, perfect. A tab. Look at this horror show.
Yeah.
I
14
mean,
one
only
Akali.
thing that I have going for me is this.
Yeah. Akali mid game. I ban Akali lately. Like
Oh no, it was not only a Kali problem, it was also the fact that the Stalia ganked me like 17 times, but
yeah,
happens.
but yeah, side laning against Talia and anyone, he can just ult to you, cut you off.
And somehow, some way, they just, I don't know, decided to play a shitty team fight against me. And
Yeah, they don't have any front line.
yeah, they have pure pick comp, right? Pantheon, Talia, Akali, and in a prolonged team fight like we had here, even though they were miles ahead, they just lost. Because they couldn't find picks, and that's just enough for them to lose. Here again, prolonged team fight, they are already dying to my Varus. I just come for cleanup and yeah, GG.
Hmm.
So I mean that's kind of the idea of pick comp. You want to find a way in which you will find this one moment where you have a like real honest team fight. And until that point, you want to just make sure that you have as many items as it is possible to then play the game.
Okay.
Of course, if you're ahead against big comps, then yes, the thing that Curtis told you about with shoving side lane and just roaming to mid lane, it's absolutely correct way to play the game, and that's what you should do. But when you're behind, playing against the peak comp, just minimize everything and make sure that you get this one team fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a VOD from today where I
Sure.
just minimized the pick to me on side lane from Echo and Neferi. They really wanted to go on me, and I knew that, so I was very patient and warded and leaned back and baited them in as soon as my jungler was close because I knew they would go on me as soon as I stepped up, and it worked perfectly. I was not ahead of Echo at any point, but at some point we just took over and won. Just every time I saw Nefiri in the area or anything, I just walked back, and Echo was in bush waiting for me all the game.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. But yeah, I mean, coming back to the point, when you play against a big comp and you're playing from ahead, then yes, absolutely what you want to focus on is making sure that your team doesn't get picked in some stupid way. So what you do mm, is how coaches teach Ari players, for example, to just touch river, right? I mean, push out the wave and go touch river, and make your feet wet every wave, and make sure that you are ready to help your jungler. This kind of shit. So you do exactly the same thing in a side lane. You just push out the side lane because you're a stronger guy in 1v1 than nearly every champion, especially big champions. They will just get fucked by you in the side lane. And I mean, maybe not all big champions, but most champions that you play against in a side, they will get fucked over by you. So you just push them out, and you go to like crab or something, right? You ward the tri-brush, regardless of the side you are on, the enemy tri-brush, and just go to crab and look if there is something brewing in mid lane. If there is something happening mid lane, go mid lane, punish. If not, go back to side lane.
Okay.
I mean, because like you're in a point of your journey when you have to already think holistically about compositions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing in diamond, and that's the point where you have like it is not like you win by having proper composition. It's you win by understanding the composition.
Playing around your strengths as
Yes.
a comp. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions, guys?
Any other VODs
Really.
or matchups?
I mean, honestly, I was playing only for like hour-long session because it's 1 a.m. here, so you know.
Yeah, it is. It's very late.
7
Yeah.
It's
p.m.
fine.
for me.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
Mm,
Well, that's good
No, it's
for
fine.
me for this week.
Thank you. I'm gonna head off.
Yep.
cool. So thank you.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Sure.